what I love when you talk about is vasectomies. I know you talk about more stuff than that, but why is a vasectomy so bad? In a way, my dad, he begged me at 18 to get a vasectomy, and I didn't. But he said, I'll give you $5,000. I go, Dad, I don't want to do that. I want to have kids. He goes, you can get them reversed. So that's my, bump, devil's advocate. What about the reversal? Tell me, because I don't know. I'm not an expert, and I would like to speak to you.
Why did your dad insist that you needed a vasectomy?
Because he didn't want me to get any girls pregnant. He knows I'm a freak. He knows I don't use any protection. Yes, in college, he was Yes, he was worried. He wanted to meet it because he knows I don't like to use contraception. So that's why he wanted to do it as a preemptive measure, counter strike to stop me. So what do you say to the people that are like, well, it's not necessarily that bad. You can, quote unquote, reverse it.
Right. Your dad was looking around the corner, so good for him. But I guess what I would think, so that's funny. I think that comes from a clip of The Breakfast Club. Picked that up and they pissed them off, which is really funny. My sister called me and she's like, I just heard them talking shit about you on The Breakfast Club. And, that made her really happy. So that was nice. I believe I was on Fox News because that was right after the Roe decision. And a bunch of all the liberal papers were saying that men, these like liberal men, were now getting vasectomies as a way to show support for the women who are about to. Yeah, right. Yeah. So I just felt the need to tell these men who are doing this for their liberal girlfriends who have multiple partners, I'm sure, and are all non-binary, whatever, that they probably it wasn't a very manly thing for them to do, and maybe they should reconsider. That was my point that I was making. Apparently, it's a hot topic in the Black community, which I did not realize, because if it made it onto The Breakfast Club, then it was one of like 5 times I've been at the center of a Black Twitter storm, which is the best Twitter storm to want to be part of. Like, white liberal Twitter is awful. Black Twitter is a lot of fun.
Black Twitter is the best. That is real. It's like the most entertaining. They have the best arguments, this and that. But tell me this: why is it so controversial? Because I like The Breakfast Club show. I mean, I don't like their political opinions, but it's a popular show. They have all the big rappers stuff. They always say the craziest stuff about their baby mamas, yada yada yada. What you expect from a show that predominantly interviews famous rappers. My point being is, what was their beef with it, real quick? I mean, what do they care about vasectomies?
I guess maybe a lot of Black men have them. I don't know. I wasn't aware, but and they thought that they thought that I was a POS for saying that if you have one that you are less of a man, which I think I definitely saw on Fox News. But of course, I was referring to these liberal men who were doing it as a resist movement. They're going to get surgery for their girlfriends, which probably like maybe 3 guys did. But when that happens, the New York Times is like, it's a trend, write about it, try to convince more to do it. But I'm sure it wasn't as big of a deal as the paper made out, obviously. I'm so fly, I'm aligned with the planes. My grind so refined, I got no time for no games. Ask yourself